So bromine, I'm going to go across the helium. One has two. Still haven't hit it. I'm going to be at the two S's. I'm not going to hit it in this section, so I'll write down 2S2. So here I'll have the P section. Second row, going all the way across it, 2P6. In the 3 section, I'm on 3S2, still haven't hit bromine. Still not going to hit bromine here, so this is the 3P6. Get across that. Four S2, still didn't hit bromine. Here's the part that gives people trouble for some reason. This is the 4 minus 1, so these are the 3 Ds, and it takes 10. So 3D10. And then I'm going to hit bromine. Don't forget, we don't subtract for the P's. So these are the 4 P's, and they're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that'll give us the bromine. It should add up to 35. Let's see. There's 4, 10, 18, 20, 30, 35.
We do another one.
Sure. Yeah. Now we also talked a little bit about a shorthand, and this was the noble gas shorthand. And the key is we're going to put the last noble gas that we passed in brackets. And so the last one we pass on the way to bromine, so we're going to find bromine. It's next to krypton, but we're not going to get to it. So the last one we're going to pass is going to be argon. So these are the noble gases, this group 18. So the last one we passed was argon. I'm going to put that in brackets. Ar. And then I'll start right after argon. So we'll have this 4S2. And then trying to go across here, these are the 3D10. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4, 5. So what we're really doing is all of this is argon. So we're just saying, hey, those are already full. We just care about this last row, showing that, hey, it's not quite full. Because the P's hold how many? How many can fit in the P's? That's where I'm getting these numbers from here. The P's can hold 6. And if I'm not sure, so we talked about it in terms of pictures and patterns on a table, but it's all contained in here. The P's hold 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay.
And so the all-four principle says if I move forward a box, I'm adding an electron. If I move back a box, I'm subtracting. Is that so? When I ask about the S's, as long as you know these are the S's, and I say how many do the S's hold? 2. And the D's hold 10, and the F's will hold 14. So the periodic table has been arranged according to the off-box principle. That's how they chose where they. Because when you first look at it, it was just a table, and you say, why did they leave a gap here? Why is it? Okay, they've done a lot of things just to make it easy to do these kind of stuff just by the shape of how they've organized things.
Okay.
All right, now look at those light bulbs come on. All right, so So on this test, this first test, I will not be asking for these electron configurations. This is the second test. So where things will end on the first test is questions like this, where I say, hey, this is SB, what element is it? So figure out what element has the symbol SB. Antimony. How'd you get that? Yeah, you found it and you read it. That's exactly as difficult as this needs to be.
Okay.
So oh my God, stuff hard. Those are meant to be 3 points.
Okay.
So the practice test, I don't remember, it either had 19 or 21 questions somewhere in there. And so when we look at the test I'll be putting up, hopefully tonight, it'll have 20, I'm shooting for 26 questions. I'm gonna try and have 4 or 5 of these that are, what symbol is this element? What element has this symbol? And those are as hard as you would look them up on the periodic table. So don't make those. So now that I found antimony, over here at 51, we're going to do the electron configuration for it, but we can already tell some things about it. So here's antimony. So is it in the S's, the P's, the D's, or the F's? It's in the P's. What row is it on?
Is it 4 or 5?
It's from all the way across. It's on the 5th row, right?
Okay.
So that'll be the 5 P's. And so when I count over, how many over is it? No, not from there.
Oh.
In the P's, from the start of the P's.
Oh, right. Okay.
3. So we know that whatever we do with this, it should end with 5P3. And what we'll see is the beginning of it's exactly like all the rest of it, that we'll go the same pattern, but when we get here, we stop. And it'll be 5P3. Right? So for some people, that really kind of helps to realize that how do you get that real fast? You'll see, because after a while, you realize it's all the same. You just change where you stop. Okay. So if I'm going there, I'm going to go across the top. That's 1s2. The next place I'll hit, here's a 2s. I'm going to hit this blue line, so I got to write something down. All right, so what am I writing down? 2s2. We went across 2 of them. Okay, now we're going to go across these. And when I get to the end, I write something down. What am I writing down?
5.
What row am I on?
Wait. No, 2.
2,
Is it 2P?
6. We went all the way across them. P's hold 6. We put all 6 in there. We filled it up. So we still didn't hit it. So now we're over here. So what do I write down when I want to hit this one?
Where are we at?
Right.
3.
3.
3s2.
3s2. Okay. That gets me to magnesium. Still haven't hit antimony. So now I'm over here. These are the P's. We're on the 3rd row. So that's 3. 3p6. I'm going to go divided line because we're going to have to wrap around here. So 3p6 took me all the way over to argon. Now we're at the tougher part here. So the first.
Oh, okay. I see what you're doing. You just.
I'm just following the numbers.
Okay.
That's the key. That's the key to this. Is
Okay.
the hardest part for this. Well, there's 2 hard parts. All right. The hardest part for most students, we're just subtracting 1 here and subtracting 2 down here. We're just taking the row. We subtract 1. You just got to remember to do that. Then when on these, it's keeping up with how we handle these ones that are kind of stuck here. So on this, we'll go all the way across, drop down, get all of the F's, and then pick that up with the rest of the D's. And I won't stop in here, but there's some craziness that can go on. Because we're not gonna worry about that craziness. We're too busy worrying about what we predict. All right? If I ever did stop in here, so if I stop at chromium, I don't want you to know that there's craziness going on. So if you look it up online and you go, oh no, it says there's craziness, this is weird. What will they be asking for? The answer I'll be looking for is 4s2 3d4. And then you go online and you say, oh, it's 4s1 3d5. Why? And I'll tell you, when you get to the third year of chemistry major, we tell you then. It has nothing to do with making them stable. So when I was a student, they said, because you memorize, here's a list of all the ones. And I was like, oh man, that's terrible. Why? So for us, we're at argon. We just hit 3p6. Next is 19. We're in the fourth row. These are the S's. 4s2. Now we're in the 3Ds. And how many does it take to get across those Ds? 10. What's next? Okay. Do I subtract 1 for the P's? No, so this is the 4 P's. How many does it take to get across those? 6. Okay. Now get me all the way to the end. What are these? Those are the S's. Which ones?
Are we on 5?
We're on 5. 5s2. What's next?
Are we going to start in the beginning? Okay, and we need to start at with Y. The little B. B.
Which D?
The Y.
Yeah, that one, but what number goes in front of that D? Well, if you're not sure, that's what this is telling us then. So these are my N numbers out here, right? So which D's are we in? We're in we take that 5, put it right here. 5 minus 1. We're in the 4Ds. 4D10.
Okay.
And then we get up here, we're going to hit antibody. We're on the 5th row. These are the NP, so it's just 5P. And we said it would take 3 to hit it. Here's that 5P3 we were looking for. So now we're done. Now we could shorten this up a little bit. And the way we would do that is by realizing that all of this previous stuff was krypton. So the last one we passed was krypton. We put krypton in our brackets. 5s2, 4d10, 5p3.